Welcome to Willingworth. I'm Kyle, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of creating a customized estate plan using Willingworth's online platform. Now, this video is specifically designed for people who are single, engaged, divorced, or widowed, and don't have children. So the first thing we're going to do is click any of the Get Started buttons on the website, and that will take us to the process page. And on this page, you're going to see each step in the process and an estimated amount of time that it's going to take to complete each of those steps. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you're going to see a button that says Find Out If You Qualify. So we'll click on that button to enter the pre-qualification questions. Now, these questions are designed to make sure that a Willingworth plan will work for you. So the first question, are you 18 or older? In most states, you have to be 18 years of age or older to create a will. So we're going to say yes. Have you been married more than once? We're going to say no. And do you have children with special needs? Again, this video is designed for people who don't have children, so we're going to say no. And once we finish answering those questions, it's going to take us to a login sign up page. And what this means is that a Willingworth plan will work for you. And if you're ready, you can go ahead and sign up to begin the questionnaire. So we're going to fill out our first name, last name, an email address, and we're going to create a password that is at least 8 characters in length. Now, one thing to keep in mind about the email address that you use. This is the email address that we're going to send the documents to once you finish the questionnaire. So make sure you use an email address that you have access to. And then we're going to click Submit. That takes us into the questionnaire. A couple of things to keep in mind on these screens. You're going to notice a section to the right here called Why It Matters. And we included this section to help answer any questions that you might have along the way. So for example, what is your full legal name? If you look to the right, you're going to see a reason why we've asked for your full legal name. So we're going to go ahead and start filling this out, and then we will click Next to make it to the next question. Date of birth, we're going to say that Alex was born in January 6th of 1989. Then we'll click Next. In which state do you currently live? This is another really important question because your documents are going to be state specific. So you want to select the state in which you currently live. And we will say that Alex lives in Colorado. What is your relationship status? Since this is a video for people who are single, engaged, divorced, or widowed, we're going to go ahead and say single. And click Next. Do you have children? No. And you finished with section 1. Now, in section 2, you're going to be selecting the people who are responsible for implementing your plan. So you're going to pick someone that's going to implement the instructions in your will. You're going to pick someone that will help you manage your finances if you are unable to do so. And you're going to pick a person to help you implement your medical decisions if you are unable to do so. So we'll click Next. Who would you like to implement the instructions in your will? Again, in the Why It Matters section, you'll see that most single people select a parent, a sibling, a close relative, or a trusted friend to fill this role. So we're going to say that Alex picks his mother to be his primary person for implementing the instructions in his will. And let's say that for the backup, he picks his brother. And his brother's name is John. And then we'll click Next. Who would you like to help manage your finances if you are unable to do so? I want to point out something here. If you click on Select Option, you'll notice that the entries that you've made in previous questions are automatically filled in here. So if you'd like to make your mother the primary and your brother the backup, again, it's really easy to do that. And so we'll go ahead and use that example here for this question, and we'll click Next. Who would you like to appoint to make medical decisions if you are unable to do so? Let's say that Alex decides to switch it up a little bit. So he decides, I'm going to make my brother the primary on this question, and I'm actually going to pick my father as the backup for this question. So his dad's name is William G. Green, and we'll click Next. And he's finished with section 2. So in the section 3, he's going to decide how his property is distributed upon his death. And there are three options. So he can leave property to individuals or organizations on a percentage basis. He can carve out a specific dollar amount for a specific individual or charity. And then finally, he can leave items of personal property to individuals or organizations through what we call a personal property memorandum, which is attached to the will. If you look over at the Why It Matters section, you'll see some descriptions or definitions of each of those specific types of property. So we'll click Next. Who would you like to receive your property? So let's say that he wants to leave it to his mom. So we'll go down and select Mother, and he's going to give 50% of his property to his mother. And then in order to have a total of 100%, he's going to need to add a recipient. And let's say he wants to leave the other 50% to his father. So we'll select Father, and then we'll enter 50%, and now you can see that the total is 100%, and that will allow you to click Next and move on to the next question. Would you like to carve out a special cash gift for an organization, individual, charity? Let's say he wants to leave his brother $1,000. So he'll select Add Gift, he'll pick Individual, and he can select his brother, and then he'll come down to Amount and enter $1,000, and then click Next. And that's it. He's finished with the questions in the questionnaire. The next section is going to be the review section. So we'll go ahead and we'll click Review. And this gives him a complete list of all of the questions that he has answered and the answers that he has entered. You can scroll through this review page and make sure that all of the entries are correct. There's no typos. And if you see a typo, you can click an Edit button here, and that will take you back to the question where you can make any corrections that are necessary. So if everything looks good, you can click Go to Payment, and you'll enter the payment screen. Here, all you have to do is enter your credit card information and then click Pay. Once you do that, it takes about 3 or 4 minutes for your documents to be created, and then they're going to be emailed to the email address that you entered in the account sign-up page. And that's it. Your documents will include a set of instructions, and all you have to do is follow those instructions to complete them, and you'll be all set. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please contact us at support@willingworth.com. Thanks.